Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Let's fix the angle. Who is here? Please say hi. And also, if you can hear me properly, let me know. Cheers. This is coconut water. Just had my dinner. Hope this is not too loud. Let me know if you guys are here. I see there's 4 people so far. Oh, hi, Estella. Finally, I'm seeing some comments come in. So, how are you guys doing? By the way, is there really a price increase at LV? Because I checked the price on my wish list items because how on LV's website you can have your own account and you can add items to your account that you're kind of like watching. And I don't notice the price difference. So is it just certain items? Do you guys know? Because I didn't contact my essay, so I didn't really find out. So hi Tracy, Dawn, Lily, Rio. Oh wow, Japan. That is so awesome. I really want to go back to Japan one day. I only went once to visit. Hi JJ, Bichwa. Yeah, right? I didn't see any increase either, but I watched Jerusha's video and I watched Oksana's video. They both said that it's confirmed, and they both said that it's international, but that it's only on certain items. I just don't really know why I don't see any increase unless it hasn't trickled down to Canada yet. Unless, yeah, so I'm kind of confused. Hi, Kate. Hi, Lisa. Australia, I love Australia. Oh yeah, I was filming, like I always film before my live stream because Friday is pretty much my filming day. So I batch film and then I got so warm. You guys know how it is, right? You move around, you move things around, you show things to the camera. Or maybe you don't know, but it gets really hot, especially there's a lot of lights. So you get really warm. So I'm in my bodysuits. Hi, Gao. Okay, by the way, guys, I should have a sign. But if you want to ask questions, because basically these are weekly Q&As, and I know that in the past we've been having it for 2 hours, but we're going to try to make it 1 hour. We're going to try to get used to the 1 hour time frame, should we? Because I think over time, less people are going to join, and they, of course, can watch post live, like once the video is processed. But I think going forward, we should really try to do 1 hour. And also, if you have questions, because I know my name is very hard to type, especially if you're just watching from your mobile, always put a bunch of question marks before. So put like 3 or 4 or 5 question marks in front of your question, then put your question. The more question marks you put, the more I'll see it, so that I know that it's for me. Because sometimes I know you guys talk with each other, and JJ, you're so kind. Yes, if you guys are enjoying my live streams, or if you're just enjoying my content so far, give me a like. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've kind of changing the style of my videos. I have been around for a while now, and I find that maybe not you guys, but like a lot of people's attention are very short. So I'm trying to make my videos very concise, like to the point. Like I get to the point right away. I tell you all the information. I add value. I try to like be as helpful as possible, and then be fun, be done, be quick, be fun, and be done, basically. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. Oh my gosh. Hi, MK. MK, he's in Paris, and it's like 5 a.m. It's unbelievable that you make it. Thank you so much. But really don't have to. I really want you to sleep and get enough beauty sleep. But of course, I love to have you here. And you know what? Maybe one day because it's Fridays for me, right? Maybe one day, like when we get busy again and I might go out for dinner, maybe I'll like move it to like 9 p.m. my time. So it'll be like 6 p.m. your time. So like one day, one day we're going to get there, especially if we can do from like 9 to 10, like stick to that 1 hour time frame. Then that way it'll be so much easier for you. Cause I know 5 a.m. is still really early. Like, I mean, I can't wake up at 5 a.m. But thank you so much. Hi, Isminka. Hi, Sandra. So yeah, it's like Q&A plus like, I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about like apparently there's price increases at LV, but I'm not seeing any. I don't know what the deal is. Like I was like looking at my wish list and I was like, there's no price change on the, I mean, there was one in May, right? But then I don't see any price increase on the pochette accessoire since May. I don't see it on all the Escale collection items because I have those added on my wish list. I don't see any price increase. I didn't see the price increase on the Palm Spring. So like they're all canvas items and they were not increased. So I'm confused. I'm thoroughly confused. Maybe someone can clarify that for me. Right, Gal? Like, hi, Tanya. Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe it just hasn't happened, or maybe it just I'm so confused because Oksana is from Toronto and she said that she got some sort of like from her video, it sounds like she got some sort of confirmation from her sources. I'm not sure what her sources are, but false alarm. Okay, so Jill Kelly White. I agree. I haven't seen any increase, right? You haven't seen any increase in the US. Okay, so maybe it's not just me. I'm like, okay, well, not that it matters because I kind of agree with Jerusha. Like Chanel just did like a huge jump. Of course, they're targeting like a market. They're trying to sort of like make it more, for the they're trying to really like narrow the market or like really like concentrate on the people who always are loyal and buying a lot of Chanel. But like for LV, I feel like they're just trying to incrementally do it, but they're still trying to like reach a higher increase if it is indeed happening, because so far I don't see any. I don't really know. I'm confused. Hi, Kat. Hi, Krista. So Krista says the pochette accessoire went up on the Azure. Oh, really? Oh, so it's really, maybe is it classic items then? Because I guess I don't really have any classic items on my wish list, so I haven't seen any increases. And then Rio says, my essay at LV hasn't told me anything about upcoming prices, at least here in Japan. Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe it's very selective stock, like so selective that I don't even see a difference. Lana says, the crazy Chanel unboxing video girl here. What? My name is Lana, by the way, pronounced Lana. Lana. I'm sorry, I still don't know how to pronounce it. Glad to finally catch this live. Well, welcome to your first live stream of me. It's like, it's like a weekly interactive Q&A. So you guys are welcome to ask any questions. As long as I can answer, then I'm happy to answer. Okay, sorry if I'm looking down because you guys are on my laptop, which is like sitting on the table. I'm gonna try to pop you up so that I can not have to look down as much. That way it's gonna be slightly higher, but it's still gonna be, I still have to look down a little bit. Dawn says, why is the mini pochette impossible to get? Is it a game or what? Mini pochette. Why? I feel like, okay, that's my personal opinion, and I think it's a lot of people's opinion. I feel like LV is just trying to, there's a couple of things. I feel like they're just trying to limit a lot of their affordable pieces, because they've been, they've been doing a lot of leathers for a few years now, and I feel like they're trying to move on to like the more expensive market, like not market, but like just be more on the expensive um price range, I suppose. So that's number one, and I think a lot of people says that on the community. Number two, it's I think they probably just don't want to oversaturate the market with a lot of the very popular canvas pieces, because obviously they're popular because they're so durable and they're cute, and they're like, the monogram is so classic, so recognizable. But at the same time, I guess because they're also on the affordable side, a lot of people tend to buy those things. A lot of people tend to like buy those affordable, cute, practical canvas pieces as a starter piece. And so they're probably trying to like not oversaturate the market. That's how I think of it. I think a lot of people agree about that as well. And I think that's the reason why it's so hard to get. Yeah, I personally have one and I don't really use it a whole lot, but I cherish it. Like, I'm not going to let it go, because I also know that it's very hard to get. Gao says, thank you for your videos on luxury shopping online. Cleared out some of the, that's right. You know what, guys, I like now, not only am I making content to like, I'm not only am I changing the style of how I deliver the content, but I really want to like, because trust me, I get asked a lot of the repeated questions. And I feel like even when I do Q&As like these, even when I answer them, there's still always going to be new people, or maybe some people who didn't catch it, who asks me the same questions. So I figure, you know what? I'm going to just do a video talking about the sites that I really, myself, I feel like are trustworthy. Out of the 6 sites that I mentioned in my recent videos, I've shopped at all 5 of them, like the top 5. The only one that I haven't personally shopped myself is Net-a-Porter, but my friend Amy Jo, she has. So she told me really good feedback about them. So I'm totally confident about them. It's only the only thing is that within your own country, you definitely, like, it doesn't matter within your country, my country, like even if you live in Canada, you should always read the terms and conditions before you really, I guess, shopping a lot at those sites, because terms and conditions can always change no matter what. They could one day start charging for shipping. They can one day start not including, I don't know, taxes and duties. I don't know what they can change, but they can change, right? So always do your due diligence. Like I do my best to give you as much information from my own experience, of course, but I also want to caution you, like, to always do your due diligence anyway, because like I said, things can always change, and also your experience might be different from mine. But so far, I'm really happy with all the sites, even the last one, because Amy, she's my close friend, and she bought from them. So that's why I had no issues recommending them as well. Lana says, do you think the standard size Chanel 19 fits the same amount as the Speedy B25? That is an excellent question, but I can already tell you that no, it's not gonna. The Speedy 25 really fits a lot. But even though the Speedy 25 does fit a lot, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be easy to find it because it's a really, like, you know, the hole is so narrow from the top, like the opening. But then the bag is so, like, it's so spacious depth wise, it curves down. So if you really push a lot in, it's going to be so hard to find. Whereas the Chanel 19, it's probably half of the size of the Speedy 25, I would say, because width wise, I have it right here. I'm going to show it to you. More eye candy for you guys. So like look at the width of this bag, right? Sorry, my hair is kind of a mess, but I just ate dinner. The width alone, like the Speedy is double the width of this, and it kind of is just like a duffel. So the Speedy is double the size of this. But which one do I enjoy using more? This one for sure. This one, you open it and you see everything at a glance. It's so great. It's not a bag that I recommend for a first-time buyer from Chanel, but if you already have a lot of things from Chanel and you just want something different and you want lambskin that is durable, this bag's lambskin is excellent. And of course, they also make it in goat skin, depending on the season. So I like it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I really like it. The thing is, like, you can have fun with fashion, not be how should I say it? You can have fun, but you also Kat made a super good video recently. You have to look at your lifestyle and you have to analyze the places that you go to. You have to analyze the kind of bag styles that you like. Like, some people are not into zipper bags. I'm one of them. Some people are not into flat bags. If you're one of those people, you have to consider all these things. And then you can go around and add different styles to your your wardrobe. Because I mean, I don't know. I feel personally it would be too boring to only own classic styles, because there's only that many classic styles in the world. I mean, Chanel wise, there's only classic flaps, and then Hermes wise, I guess all Hermes bags are kind of classic. But like, you know, the main three, like the B's and the K's and the constants are like the main ones. Like, how many more times can you add the same thing over and over? So that's why I really like it. I like having a variety and I like having fun with fashion. And it doesn't have to be like mindless additions. You think about your lifestyle, you analyze where you go, you analyze how you like to use something. And then if the style suits you, then it's suitable, right? I'm going off on a tangent. Sorry about that, but you guys know what I mean. Krista says the mono was raised in May. Now the azure. Oh, okay. So maybe they're just raising certain canvas, but not all of them. That makes a lot of sense because I don't have any azure pieces in my wish list. Shirley, she asks, what are your opinions on Louis Vuitton trunks? Would you consider buying a small piece like a watch box? Okay, my opinion is that I appreciate the history and everything, but just like what I said earlier, I'm not going to use it. Like, I'm someone who's almost too practical to buy like too many SLGs, too many pouches, and that includes like, I guess, trunks and little boxes, I suppose. Because like, yeah, I know myself. Like, the more it, like, I own a lot of different pouches that are non-branded, but I'm okay with that because I know I don't really reach for them. So if they're branded and on top of that, they cost thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of, I don't know, maybe like tens of thousands. I don't know how much a trunk is. I would feel so guilty because I'm not going to get the cost per wear for it. And yeah, they're not practical enough for me. So I wouldn't add it. Yeah, they don't work out for me that much. Hi, Carolina. You just triple check with your SA, and she says price increase has already taken place. Okay. Yeah, I just don't notice it. So like many of you say, maybe it's just on certain prints. Like a lot of you said the azure print got up. Okay, Jill Kelly White. Capacity wise, how does the Chanel 19 compare to the LV Pochette Métis? You know what? I got a comment about how I pronounce Pochette Métis. Maybe MK can tell me, like, look, MK, you're from, sorry, I'm going to answer your question too. You're from Paris, right? And then also you've been traveling and you've lived in Canada for a while. We pronounce things a little different, right? Like in Quebec, we have our Québécois accent, but even like Canadian French sounds different from France, like Parisian French, and even French within France from different regions sound different, just like English. So whenever I get comments like how like I don't know how I like that I don't know how to pronounce things, I get so like I'm like how like and you know like and you know better than me like hello. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna get back to your question. Capacity wise, how does the Chanel 19 compare to the Pochette Métis? Okay. That is a good question. So I have it in a small size. Okay, and the thing is, I had the Pochette Métis, but the old version, because I had the very first, I bought it in September of 2013 when they first released it. So I had the very stiff version, which is, I feel like is different from the newer version. I feel like the newer version of the Pochette Métis is so flexible, and I feel like the different pouches or different compartments, I feel like they fit more because they can be like your items can just expand from all the directions within the bag. So I feel like the Pochette Métis actually fits more. And it's hard to imagine, but like this one is just one compartment and you can fit a lot here. Like trust me, this fits enough. They're very similar. It really just depends on the type of items you have. But I really like I see people's like what's in my bag of the newer version of the Pochette Métis, and it fits a lot, like so much. You can put a size agenda in it. You can put like, I think the toiletry 19 fits in it. Like it's just amazing. But that's the newer canvas one. Like it's the very flexible canvas, whereas the one that I had didn't fit as much. Yeah. They're quite similar, I would say. They're quite similar, unless you went with the size up from this. So this is the small. If you went with the medium, I feel like the medium will fit more. So I hope that answers your question. Oh, Carolina says that her essay says that the price increase is mainly on leather goods. On leather goods and SLG. Leather goods? Which kind of leather goods? You mean just SLGs? Hi, Bianca. Dawn says, I absolutely love my 2 Chanel 19 bags. I have the large and they hold so much. They do. Yeah, one of my absolute favorite too. It's one of my like, it's not like a surprising bag, but it's like, it's still pretty surprising considering that I always was pretty afraid of owning a completely lambskin bag, and the fact that I'm not afraid to handle this bag even though it's all lambskin, like does that even make sense? It is surprising that way, I guess. Gao says, I needed a new card holder, so she got it before the increase, but it's the same price on this site. Yeah, I know, it's confusing. Not sure how that works. Cow says, wow, you look stunning. What do you recommend as a first designer bag? Oh, that is such an open-ended question. Okay, like, does it have to, is it brand specific or just any? Like, if it's just any brands, I feel like one of the first great designer bags to own today, like I'm talking like right now with all the kind of releases that are out right now, I feel like the Louis Vuitton multi-pochette accessoire is the one to own. I'm sorry, it looks very trendy, but it's just my favorite. It's my favorite LV bag right now. And the reason why I recommend that one is because you kind of get you get 2 bags and an SLG in one. So it's really good value for money. And especially if you're just starting out and you have nothing, like you have nothing luxury wise in your collection. Let me show you. It's right there too. I'm going to show you. Were you surprised by my answer? I feel like this is a great bag to own. Like if you're gonna like start off fresh right now, I feel like this is a good bag to get because you're getting two different bags. So you're getting a crossbody bag, and you know, you can wear the larger one with the strap, which I do so much. Like this, like I said, this has become my quarantine lockdown bag. And I know now it's kind of just partial lockdown. Well, it's not even lockdown anymore, but it's like things haven't really all reopened yet. So I still consider it to be kind of partial lockdown. And plus the fact that there's still all these restrictions and we're still getting new cases every day, even though it's slowing down a little bit. So this is the perfect bag for now. Because it's easy to wipe when you come home. Of course, I don't wipe the vachetta, but like I wipe everything else. You can even wipe the straps. I don't have the pink one, so I'm not scared to wipe the straps. Mine is pretty dark color. And you're getting like 2 bags and an SLG for the price of 1. This small bag can take you like this small bag can also be a great evening bag. And so you're all set. You have a day bag. If you want to use the whole thing as a day bag, you can. If you just want to use the bigger one with the strap, you can. You have a nighttime bag, and then you have a little coin purse that you can use for coins or anything that you want. But I personally just use it for, I think I will use it for like my, you know, like my SD cards and batteries, because those things I never could find. But now that I have a dedicated little coin size pouch that is pretty thick, I recommend this bag. What do you guys think? What do you guys recommend for sorry, you guys have so many questions all of a sudden. Let me see. What do you guys think that is a good first starter bag? Because I think that would be a good one. Right? And then in terms of Chanel, I think I already mentioned many times in my videos. For Chanel, I feel like if you want to go for your first time, like a bag, proper bag, go for a mini. You cannot go wrong with a mini crossbody bag. It's just the perfect one. And it's still expensive, obviously, I know, but like if you want a proper bag, just go for the mini. That's the one that I would go for. I'm going to try to drink water because I never drink water when I answer your questions. Lana says, yes, I have one Chanel, a rectangular mini. I think I want a large 19 next. Is that stupid? Is it stupid as a second purchase? Should I go for the classic flap? I want that large so that it fits the same as my Speedy 25. It's never stupid. Don't think of it that way. I know that classic flaps, everyone says they're the best investments and all, but they're also very expensive. And they're not really that practical because you're not going to always want to wear your classic flap everywhere. Even if you want to get the most cost per wear, like, look, Clara, which I haven't seen her yet, but Clara keeps telling me to not get the classic flap because she owns I think she owns one or a few, and she never reaches for it. And even though you may never sell it or anything, you know, but the point is, what are you after? Are you buying the bag just to like have an investment in your closet? And even then, it's not like, let's not consider bags as investments. They're not really. Or are you going to be practical and use it? Because I think you want to be practical because you love your Speedy for a reason, because the Speedy is a practical bag and it fits a lot. So it would never be stupid to go for the 19 because it's a great bag. It really is a great bag. Of course, you cannot, as like, I do caution you though, like the Speedy 25 is canvas. The Chanel 19 is lambskin or goat skin or whatever material you choose it in. I would still be a little bit more careful with the Chanel bag because, it's not gonna be as robust as your canvas bags, but it's very decent for what it is. That's what I'm trying to get to as well. So yeah, not a stupid purchase at all. Mm. Hi, Oksana. We were just talking about you earlier because I watched your video about the price increase, but then I was like I was asking everyone's like, where's the price increase? I have not seen any price increase on anything. But then a lot of you also commented that some of the azure pieces went up. Mizra, what do you think of the Escale collection? Is it worth getting? Or will it get old quick? I like it. Um, I don't know. It's all relative if it's worth it or not. I don't think it's worth it for me because I do have a few of those items on my wish list. Like wish list as in like I added it to my list, like the list to watch on my LV account, but I wasn't really gonna buy it, I guess. I just like looking at it, even if it's just a picture. I did consider maybe adding like something just because the print is really nice, but personally speaking, I know I'm not gonna use it. Like I was considering the few things that I was really considering was the cosmetic pouch, the round one. I was also considering the on the go tote, which is very big. Um, but Kat kind of discouraged me. She's like, no, don't go for it. It's too loud. I'm like, okay, which is fine because it's true. Like, I probably will never use it. Not because it's not beautiful. It's just like it is quite loud. And then like nowadays and always, I've never really been into larger bags. Like I like them. I really like the look of them, but I never end up using them. I always end up changing out of it. Like even if I try to reach for it, I change out of it because it's so heavy. So it's just not practical for me, but it's so relative. Like for you, maybe you are into SLGs. Like I have friends who just buy SLGs, then yeah, it's perfect for you. But for me, it means nothing. So if you're asking me in terms of like the print, whether it's relevant and whether it gets old, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think the pastel color is probably going to be the most popular one, I feel. If you go with the green, sorry, not the green, the blue or the red, then maybe those are. Yeah, I just feel like the pastel color is the most special looking one, and that more people actually like it. If that's what you're like trying to ask, I guess. Oksana says Chanel 19 is a wall card purchase for her. Did not plan it, but glad she got it. Your current favorite. I'm glad to look. That's the thing. This year there was a few surprises. The Chanel 19, although I did get mine last year. This one is my biggest surprise. One of my favorite. Yeah, a lot of good stuff actually, and I like that not everybody likes it because then not everybody's gonna own it. Ah, Kaka, I like that you said I was worried you would say the Mitzi Bushit. I've been lusting after it and just can't get a hold of it. Yeah, I know. I was so lucky, but I still had to. The trick is have the page like the Louis Vuitton website. This item, have it on your browser, like your phone browser, have it at your work computer browser at all times. So just leave it on. Okay. And then every once in a while, anytime that you can remember, just go onto your browser and refresh it. And if it says add to cart, then just add to cart. You might even want to memorize your credit card number in advance. I'm not joking. That's how fast they sell out. If it's available, even if it's like one or two, it will say add to cart. But once you see add to cart, you want to add to cart and check out as soon as quickly as possible. I have my credit cards memorized, so not for LV, but like in general, I already have my credit cards memorized. So you might want to do that, and then you might be able to get it. You do have to, like, it's a bit of luck, but it's also a lot of strategy. Like, have all the browser pages open to that direct item, refresh it once in a while, have your credit card number in here, and type really fast, you know? Yeah, it's possible, trust me. There's another tip for shopping, especially for things that are hard to get. You have to do everything possible to get what you want, right? At least you know that you worked for it. Carolina says, oh no, you're just talking with each other. Millie says, hi Amy, I want to purchase the tweed mini flap. My essay sent me a picture and it is kind of dirty, dingy looking. I know that it's not white, but in your opinion, in person, does it have a dingy look? Okay, very good question. So the reason why the tweed, and I have it right here too, let me just show it to you. So the reason why this tweed looks dingy on pictures, it's the lighting. Your essay is probably taking it, like, you know, from the storage or whatever. It's the lighting. It does not look dingy in person. At least I don't think so. But it also doesn't look black and white because it's not black and white. Like, it's not stock white at all. You know, the little fibers, like the little threads, not the ribbon. The ribbon is white, but like the little threads that are like color, that's unbleached linen. And the I guess the color and or the fabric that they call in the description is écru, which is unbleached linen. Basically, I had to look it up, but it's unbleached linen, and unbleached linen is kind of like a beigey color, which is why it looks dingy, but it's not. It just looks vintage with a twist, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't think it looks dingy. Because yeah, it's just the material. They just decided not to color the linen. The white fabric is linen. So yeah, it's so hard to buy without looking. I've done that more times than I like. But if you're really on the fence, then maybe don't go for it, because I don't find it dingy, but maybe you will. And it's not cheap. Let's be real. Nothing is cheap nowadays. So if you're really, really on the fence, then maybe just pass, you know, unless you really like it and you just want to see it anyway. But I don't know where you're from. Where I'm from, there's no returns. You can, like, okay, sorry, there's no refunds. You can still return and exchange for something else, but they don't like it when you do that. And the more you do that, like, I don't know what the threshold is. They might ban you and they might not let you buy anymore in the future, because it's just not really nice and no one wants to buy an old or used or returned item, right? I completely understand that. Effie says, what does Clara reach instead of her Chanel classic? I think she reaches for, I can't speak for her, but I feel like she reaches any other bag except her classic flap. Because the classic flap, like I said, it's so classic and elegant that it almost like, I don't know how to say it. Maybe style-wise it's not always appropriate. And also, it really doesn't fit that much unless you have the jumbo. But the jumbo is extremely heavy for most people, because if you buy a new jumbo, they're all double flap, right? So that's why I almost feel like you don't necessarily always have to just concentrate on classic. I mean, if you want one, go for it. Like, if you want one, save up for it, make it your mission to get it. Don't get distracted. If you want one in your collection and it's that important to you, get it. But what I'm saying is you don't always have to just work on classics. You could also add other things because other things are fun and they're actually more practical. Estella says, Amy, what do you think of the Prada 2005 re-edition compared to the LV multi-pochette? I got asked that a lot too. Here's the thing with Prada. I like it. Like, I think the style itself, because they're the same style basically, it's just as practical, just as cool. And nylon is also a very good material, depending on the color you choose. Like if you will go with black, then it's pretty much foolproof. It can still get dingy looking after a while, but I would say if I went with the Prada one, I would go for like the black one or like maybe a dark navy or a dark green if I really wanted to, but I won't, only because if I had that one, I would just wear my LV one more anyway. Like I'll always want to gravitate towards my LV one because I like it that much more, and I really like monogram canvas. And I like that the LV one has 2 different pouches. Like I said, the small pouch in the front, don't underestimate that one. It's a really great size. It fits your phone, it fits your passport, it fits enough for nighttime use, but it's also great when you use the whole system at the same time. And it's a great travel bag. And I think I made it pretty clear in my review video, my recent one. I made it pretty clear that not only does it fit enough when you travel, you can also deconstruct it and use just the front, just the back, both of them. Use the pouch, not the pouch, like just do whatever you want. And I feel like for me, I wouldn't even consider the Prada one unless it was like, I don't know, like 40% off or something. I don't know. Like I like it. Like I really do like it. And I really appreciate the style because I do like the style. I just don't think that I will intentionally buy it. You see what I mean? But I like the style enough that if it was like really on sale, then yeah, maybe I'll get it. Oksana says, I almost never use my classic flap, but happy I have one. Exactly. I want one too. Trust me, I still haven't got my real, like, you know, medium large classic flap from the store. I have a jumbo, but it's pre-loved. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, I want my real, not real, I want my, like, you know, in-person retail experience for my first classic flap. And I want it in a more classic style, which is probably medium large or the small. And I want it in a really extraordinary color. Like I don't want black. I just want like, I don't know, something else. Not beige, but like maybe a nice dove gray, even a red. Like I really would not mind a really stunning red, to be very honest. But yeah. Effie says the Escal collection looks so beachy. So Canadians have limited use potential. Very true, which is the reason why I decided against it at the end. Like, you're so right, Effie, because I always dream about, I almost moved to Australia, but I always dream about like living close to, like we have beaches here, but like they're not like, you know, they're not like the nice, soft, sandy beach. Like it's full of rocks and the water is cold. People do bathe in it, but like not that many people. Like it's not like Bondi Beach vibe. It's not like Hawaii. So yeah, if I ever could retire there, yeah, I would own a bunch of like, you know, very festive, very colorful bags too. Yeah, it's so like you have to analyze your lifestyle, where you live, where you're gonna use it, all that stuff. So important. Carolina, agree with that. LV pochette is my favorite new bag. So fun and so hip, right? It is. It really is. Cat L says, that's what I do. Refresh, refresh. Right? You have to, because everyone wants it. You're competing we're all competing amongst each other. So you have to like be extra you have to like do more because everyone wants the same thing. So there you go. There you have it. You have my secret. And I also use Shop Tagger. Like, come on. I know that my recent video, I just talked about Shop Tagger again, but they truly are a great tool. They're not like, I won't say that they work 100% of the time. They really don't. But on the times where, you know, you wake up, or like maybe on the times where like you're on your lunch break and all of a sudden you get a notification that something's back on stock and you were not checking, then you're like, oh, check out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just on those times where they actually alert you when you're not checking and it turns out to be true, that it really works. But it's not foolproof. Like I said, nothing is foolproof. It's still just AI and it's like behind the scenes, but you know, it's actually a really, really good tool. And I have gotten like so many things that I like that got sold out and that I was still able to get afterwards that way. Carolina says exactly. And then when you see place in cart, run for your wallet. Yep. Lily Zhang, I'd like to know how people score nano speedies online. I have kept my eye on the website daily for 8 months, refresh it all the time, still no luck. Oh, I'm so sorry. But the thing is, I have actually seen it. I actually saw it right around the same time that I saw the Muzi pochette. Remember I told you guys on my first video when I was unboxing the item, or was it that video or was it another video, that I didn't end up buying the Muzi pochette at first, and I regret not doing it the first time. I actually saw the Nano Speedy that time. So it's possible. Just trust me, it is possible. But it's so hard now because I think everyone has caught up and everyone is adding to cart the moment they see it. Even if you add to cart, it doesn't mean that you get it, right? It doesn't. Surprise, surprise. You have to go all the way to like put your address, put your credit card, and then complete the transaction. Even then, if someone pressed that before you might still not get it. So that's why I said you have to be faster than everyone else. So just memorize your credit card. Just do that. Memorize it. It really helps, trust me. Oh, wow. Gal says that she saw the red lambskin rectangle mini on the IG seller, Instagram seller, worked out to be almost 6,200. I know, it's crazy. These bad boys here, I mean, I knew the first time that I let go of my pink, like my rose gold one, just the gold one, I knew it was a mistake then because yeah, just unless you really don't like the bag anymore, especially Chanel wise, don't sell it. Don't sell your Chanel bags. They are insanely crazy now, insanely expensive. Maria says, I have stalked Fashion File several times a day to get the classic Chanel, a Chanel classic at a great price. I've gotten several medium classic flop at 50% of current retail. That is amazing, Maria. Good for you. And you know what? Patience always pays off. And the thing is, I do agree that Fashion File, like you could definitely get some really good deals. I have seen it myself. I guess the only reason why I don't pull the trigger, even when I saw it myself, is because I don't live in the States. And as a Canadian, let me tell you, Canadians, I don't know which country is worse than us, but I'm sure there are other ones. Canadians pay a lot of taxes and duties. Like, oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on this. But basically, if I had bought a bag from Fashion File and got it delivered here, which they would use a courier probably. I think they do. They use UPS, I think. So the thing is, like, when you use a courier, not only do you have to pay a courier fee when they invoice you the duties, extra duties and taxes. So that alone can be $20 to $30. That plus your duties, which is usually I think for handbags, it's around it's anywhere between 15 to 25%, which is crazy. And then, of course, there's your sales tax. So depending on the province you live in, our province is 12%. So you're potentially paying an extra, I want to say like extra 30% to 40, 50%. And I'm not joking. I think at the very least, you're paying an extra 30% because you have all these other fees too. They all compound. So that's why it's not worth it for me. So the only times that I really have no choice but to buy from someone in the States, like from a personal shopper or whatnot, I really am paying a lot more money than I'm supposed to. But that's only when I have no choice and I am so desperate. And yeah, I mean, what do you, I don't know. If you're Canadian, I'm sure you feel my pain. That is so much. That is why I am so precise when I talk about, the sites that I trust and like whether the duties are included or not, because it is a big deal. Like you're literally paying an extra 30% on top of the price that you paid already. It's insane. It's insane. Whereas when I was in Hong Kong, like I do visit my family once in a while, and whenever I go for like 3 weeks. And sometimes I shop online while I'm there. There's no sales tax there. There's no duties and no sales tax. So literally what you see is what you pay. It's so amazing. Oh, it's so amazing there. Hi, 88 AA Chan. Hi, Team Temilolua. So sorry, your name is very long. What is your preferred print in the Noe BB? I can't seem to decide between monogram and azure. Hands down monogram. It's not that I don't like azure. You mean what is? Yeah, damier azure, right? That's the only one. Yeah, because it's not that I don't like that print, but I know color transfer is a real issue, especially on a crossbody bag. The Noe Bebe is a crossbody bag, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And even if it's a shoulder bag, I mean, unless it has some sort of handle and you're gonna use the handle most of the time, yeah, color transfer is a real issue. And plus, I don't wear I wear a lot of light colors, but I also wear a lot of dark colors, even in the summer. So I know myself. I just choose monogram. Plus, I really like monogram. Like I truly am a fan of monogram. But you might like azure more, and the thing is, like, there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people wear damier azure so well. So, do you wear a lot of light color? If you do, maybe it's a good choice for you. Thank you, Kat. Do we have 99? Wow, yeah, we do have. Wow, we have 100 people now. Great. Hit that like button, guys. Really appreciate it. And thank you, Kat, for being my ambassador. We are ambassadors of each other. I mean, I'm so grateful for this community, not only because of my close friends such as like Kat and Clara and Amy, but it's just so much fun. I don't know. I mean, it's not just, I'm not just saying that, it's true. Like, why would I even bother doing a live stream every Friday when I could do something else, watch like America's Got Talent or something, right? I really do care about you guys, and I really want to use like, that 1 or 2 hours every week. I know we're already almost at the 1 hour mark, to just make sure that I connect with you and that I get to answer or get to like discuss things that you guys want to know right away. I've kind of removed the pre-film Q&A from my channel. I just feel like they're still relevant, but it's just like I feel like by the time I get to it, it's too late for you guys, and I can't always edit fast enough, if that makes sense. Effie says, Amy, hopefully your bag collection feels rounded out soon so you have bag piece. Seriously, taxes in Canada are so insane. Paying more taxes on after tax. Yep. And bag piece is such a... It's not even a thing. I agree. I really do agree. I think I am... Like, looking at my collection right now, I honestly don't need another bag. I really don't. But I also am such a lover of fashion. Like, I truly am. It may not look like it. I guess I don't really post enough. I don't post enough on Instagram. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just not good enough. And plus, like, my helpers are not really helpful. I mean, they are, but like, they don't get the shot that I want, and then like I just don't end up posting it, and I just delete a lot of it. Like you guys know how it works. Maybe you don't, but I'm just very picky. Like even the pictures that I post, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to post that. Like it just pollutes my Instagram. I know it's not even that great. Sorry, but you know what I mean. I actually love dressing up so much. I get asked a lot, like, where are you going? And, I was just visiting, I was just going over at my mother's-in-law for dinner. And she's like, oh, where are you going? Oh, where did you go? I'm like, nowhere. I just dress up. I just like to dress up. I really do. It's like my handbags. They are part of the dressing up thing too. But you're right. I just feel like I don't need another bag. I really have enough styles, more than enough, more than anything. But like, it's not even about that. It's more just like being able to style different outfits, and also having the bags for the occasions that it's like, I don't know if you do that. Maybe you guys don't do it, but like I almost like shop in advance a lot. Like if I see a nice dress, and I'm really into dresses, if you don't know already, even if it's like in the middle of winter or in the middle of fall and I probably won't wear it for a few months, I'll still buy it. Why? Because I know I'll wear it. And if I can get it in sale because it's off season, then why not? So I kind of do that with bags too. Like look, I don't need another bag. Like I said, like practically speaking, I have enough bags to satisfy any kinds of occasions. It's true. But you never know. You might like want to like, you might need like the Lady Dior in gray to go to a gala one day. I don't know when that's going to happen. And like, whenever I get invited to some sort of, I don't know what, but like, if you don't have it right there, then you're going to have to use something else, and it's not going to be as cohesive. Like in my mind, it's just not as cohesive. Of course it looks fine. Of course I'll be fine. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just such a fashion lover. It's just a thing. It's just my problem, I guess. But I guess that's why I'm able to give sort of my offer my thought process for you guys. When I make these videos, I don't just make up things. I really tell you my experience, and I really tell you based on what I feel and how to style it. Like that's how I look at it. Like it's from personal experience, and it stems from me loving fashion so much, I guess. uh, Debbie says, as a Canadian, I completely agree with the issues from buying, especially from the US. First, we're buying in American money. Exactly. Currency exchange, very high, duties, etc. I do want to take the chance. Oh, you don't want to take the chance. Yeah, sometimes it's just not worth it unless you know for a fact that you need it and that you want it and that you're so desperate you can't find it anywhere anymore, and that you cannot wait. Because a lot of times you can just wait. wait for the next collection, wait for the next season, or wait for this bag to come back in another like design, you know. But yeah, it's all so relative, and it's not always worth it, to for sure. Nue says, any tips from buying Chanel in store? I feel a bit weird asking for a brand new bag instead of the floor model. Do not feel weird. It's such an expensive, you're paying so much money. I feel like if you want a new one, just say. Like a lot of times, this is how I go about it. Like I look at, let's say she presents me this one, right? And I look at it, and I guess usually there's something wrong if it's a floor model. Like I don't really make it up, but I guess I don't know. Just try to see if there's something wrong with it. Usually with a floor model, there's maybe like a spot, or it's a bit crooked, or maybe like the plastic thing. Maybe the plastic has been removed. You can just say, "Oh, may I please?" Like you can say, I want to buy this bag, but I would like you to get me a new one because I want mine to have, you know, to be untouched, to have all the plastics intact and all that. I just much prefer it. And I'm sure they'll accommodate as long as they have one, because they don't always have one. I think my essays have always accommodated me. The only times they have not is because they don't have one. And I have bought the floor models many a times as well, because it's true that they don't always have one. But don't be afraid to ask about it, especially because it's your comfort level and you're spending that money. Look, if your essay is not willing to do that, then you don't stay with that essay. You move on to another one, because an essay that cares will try to accommodate you as much as possible. Gao says, I feel your pain. I ordered the first time on Fashion File. Chook had to pay extra 300. Yeah. It's a thing. Carolina, thank you for the super chat. You're so kind. I mean, I'm not there yet in terms of comment, but it literally just popped up. Thank you so much. You're so kind. You're so amazing. Let me go back to the questions. Maria says, all French houses seem to be raising prices as a result of Fashion File is booming in the USA. Yeah. And the thing is, Fashion File has always been a good resource. I really do wish that I live in the States. Trust me, I stalk Fashion File more than I should. And a lot of times I even imagine scenarios where I'm like, oh, maybe I should just send it to my friend. Because I do have a lot of friends living in the States, and my best friend also lives there. One of my best friends lives there. I just, like, that would be like literally my last resort. If I were to like send my bag to her and have her bring it over, maybe, like, you know, that would be like so desperate last resort for me to do, because I don't want to trouble her. And if I ever send a bag to her, she's not like, she owns a few luxury bags, but only because her husband was nice enough to watch my videos, and then he would buy like one of my favorite bags for her. But like, she's not into luxury herself, so I wouldn't even know if I could trust her to you know, to inspect a bag for me. Because even if I did buy a bag, and even if it was like supposedly excellent condition, you never know, maybe there's something that they missed, and that only another person can inspect it in like the details and see if, like, you know, there's anything wrong with it. So I wouldn't even know if she can do that for me, which is why I have never really done it. Like, trust me, I have imagined it so many times. I'm like, oh, maybe I can just send it to my friend, and like, you know, when they visit, they can bring it to me, like, or something like that. But yeah, so far hasn't happened yet. But Fashion File is a great site. I always stalk their sites too many times, like for the Lady Dior especially. Effie says, bag piece is a thing. I just want a Birkin now and I will be 99% satisfied. And my collection is half your size. I agree. Honestly, like, see, the thing is, I do feel that my collection is just missing a few key pieces. And I say a few as in like, I mean, okay, a classic flap, Lady Dior, and a Birkin. Those three. If I can get those three, I feel like I would be, like you said, 99% back piece as well. You know, whatever I add after that, they will be like, you know, just trendy, maybe like new things. Or if I have to retire a bag, then I could replace it, that type of thing. I do agree. But I also know myself, I just like fashion a lot. Like, sometimes I do use a bag like days in a row and I really enjoy it. But I don't know if I can just own like really, I don't know, 3 or 5 bags and be satisfied with it. I don't know if I can. I know I can if I really had to, but like, do I really want to? Probably not. Maria, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are so nice. I really appreciate you guys. I totally got sidetracked because your thing just jumped in my face. But thank you so much. Okay, let me catch up. Okay, Bianca. Amy, do you think the Chanel rectangular mini is better than the medium large, which is more versatile? Oof. That is such a good question. You have a great question. Oh, hi, Maggie. I think if the price was the same, which is not, it's like double the price of the mini, then the medium, I don't know. It's not even. I would still go with the mini first. The mini is more versatile. Yeah, because I travel with the mini. I don't know if I will travel with the classic medium flap. There you go. That's my answer. The minis, like when I travel, I bring, you know, larger bags. I have totes and everything. But when I'm out and about in the city, I just want to carry something small, something compact, lightweight. And if I need a bigger shopping bag, I'll just bring the reusable ones for whatever, like if I'm in the market and I buy a bunch of things. I don't want my actual handbag to be so full and so heavy when I'm out and about. When you're out and about and you're on foot, maybe you don't have a rental and you're taking public transit and you're walking everywhere, that thing on your shoulder, and especially if you cannot crossbody it, it's gonna weigh you down. Even a mini can weigh you down because a mini can still get pretty heavy if you put a camera in it. So I would say, yeah, mini flap is still more versatile. I would go with rectangular mini first. I don't know if it's better, but like for me, I see the mini being more user-friendly. I use it more. I get more cost per wear out of it. But I still really want a medium large in my collection. I just don't know if I'll travel with it. I really don't think I would, actually. Erica, do you see bags as an investment? Are they items you will pass on to your children? Why or why not? Okay, that is a great question. So I don't think they're investments because the investments is something that you can buy in hopes of reselling to make money, right? The thing is with bags, like for example, this one is so hard to get. Everybody's still after one, and probably in a few years, don't know for sure, don't quote me on it, but let's say everyone is still crazy about this bag, for example, they might pay a premium for it. Then sure, this will become an investment. But this is not the norm. This is an exception because I guess this print is exceptional, is different. And if they don't remake it again, which honestly speaking, I feel like Chanel is repeating a lot now. So they may just make it again and maybe just change a few things. Maybe add some like gold fibers in between. I don't know, but it's really not the norm. It's the exception. So they are not investments in my mind. Handbags are not investments. Plus, most people will not, I don't know, maybe I should not say that, but unless you keep your bags in really pristine condition, like pristine to excellent condition, it's really hard to resell it. And then also, unless you have a lot of people that trust you and you have a large audience, it's really hard to resell anything. It really is. Even I find it hard to resell anything. It is. Because, I mean, look at it that way. Unless you have a business and you have insurance and everything, how do you ship a thing without being worried that it gets lost in transit and all the logistics in between? So shipping alone can cost a lot, especially if you insure the full amount. Like, technically you should, but like, you know, I know a lot of times people don't, because chances are if you use a courier and you use express and everything, it's going to be fine. But there's a lot of risks associated with it, more risk than I'm ready to accept. Like I said, unless you have a proper business and you have insurance in place and you have a great audience, you have people that trust you, you have clients that repeat, that come back all the time, it's so hard to sell. Yeah, and bags are just not investments. Yanis says, you need the Lady Dior. I know. And Yanis also says, you're missing the Bottega Veneta bag. I am, but I am not. Like, I tried the Bottega when I was in Las Vegas. I actually was in that store, the standalone store, for so long because the sales associate was so nice. And he was telling me the history, all the training that he got. He even knew the people in the Holt Renfrew in Vancouver because he apparently trained them, or he trained with them. I don't know. It was kind of crazy. It was very fun, but I don't know if I needed the Bottega bag. I think, okay, maybe I will need it one day, but not now. The day, and I'm just dreaming at this point, the day that I get invited for Fashion Week, or if I get invited to like whatever events, then sure, I'll need it then. But right now, I don't need it. I don't have Fashion Week to attend, unfortunately. Working towards it, I don't know, like dreaming. In my head, I'm dreaming, attracting that thing in my life. Not sure how it happens. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. Cat L. Back piece, never. Nue says, can you do a video on how to inspect luxury bags? What to look for? Can I do a video on this? I could, but I have to think about it because I can just tell you how I look at it right now, maybe, because I have to think about how to do it without going over too complicated. Always look at symmetry first. Like, if you look at this bag, does it look wonky in any way? Does the flap go one side or the other? So that's first thing, right? Not only the front, look at the back too. Look at the bag. If it's symmetrical, of course, it can be like 98% symmetrical. It doesn't have to be 100 because they're man-made. Even the size, like sometimes I feel like, you know, for example, even this bag, this one goes in a little less than this one, but I'm a lot less fussy about the sides than the front and the back, like especially the front. If the front looks wonky, that's a no-no. The back, I did buy a bag once where the back pocket was shifted more to the left. And you probably know which one. It's my favorite bag. It's my Square Mini. But because it was the last one and I was really under the my own pressure to buy it, really, because I didn't really have to buy it. I just felt like if I didn't buy it, then I won't get another chance. And right now, I think I wouldn't get another chance if I didn't buy it, because it doesn't exist anymore. The caviar version doesn't exist anymore. So that's the first thing I would look at. The second thing is check your hardware. Like, does it turn right? Does it click in place? Like, all those things. Is there anything like wrong with the intertwined leather? If it's twisted, it's okay. Can you untwist it and not make it happen constantly? So like that type of thing. And then I guess the last thing I would check is, it's kind of general, but not really. Just really look at it like microscopic almost. Like, is there any like scratches anywhere? Is there any dents? Is there any like missing, I don't know, stitches? Are the stitches too tight on one area but not the other? Like, they can be a bit off sometimes. Like I said, it can be 98% okay and just like off like one spot, but like it has to be understandable. Like sometimes it's because it's really tight where they're trying to sew together, then it's understandable. But if it's not, and it just happens, it just looks like an error, like you can kind of be your own judge. My mom is a seamstress and I've helped her sew for so many years that I kind of know what to look for in those things and judge at the same time. But like, it just comes, how should I say it? You almost kind of have to like look at it from a point of view of a seamstress in a way, and judge, oh, that's normal, or oh, that doesn't look normal, it looks a bit off. But yeah, basically symmetry is the number one thing, hardware is the next, and then just little like scratches here and there, if there's any bumps or whatever, like those are the things that I look for basically. Yeah, really, especially for LV canvas, like symmetry is a thing where if it's really off, you just see it. Like you really just see it. Sometimes they're really, really off. If it's a little off and you really don't see it as a whole, like from afar, like you really don't see it. Even this bag is not completely symmetrical, but like it's also the fabric. Like this fabric cannot be cut symmetrically, I suppose. Like it's pretty centered already. You can tell like this CC is centered in the middle of this white. So, those things, you just get used to it over time. I hope this helps. Eliza says, please do not get your piece so early as we need your inspiration. Don't worry, it won't be early at all. I'm not there yet. I truly am not. June Wells, and even if I am, I can still talk about bags and clothes all the time. But maybe just less unboxings. June Wells, want to say thank you for creating this live chat community. I want to share, I scored the mini cocoa handle in red caviar and it's so pretty. You got me hooked. Yay! Congrats. Yeah, I completely got inspired by my friend Kat. She started live streaming and I'm like, this girl is not only funny, but she live streams, which is even better because it's live. And I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do that too. And of course, she was very encouraging. So we both started doing weekly live streams. I think she does it twice a week. She's a machine. I don't know how to do it twice a week. It's too much. But babe, you do you. Oh, you're so welcome. And like I said, like live streams are not easy at all because it's live. You cannot edit out any errors. And but as long as you're honest and as long as you're really, like, I'm really here to provide value, honestly. Like live streams don't do anything to my channel. They just provide value for you guys because it's interactive and you guys get to ask us things live. So it's really that. It's for the most tight-knit group of people that care enough to join us live. Of course, I know like some people do watch it post-live because it's not the right time frame. Like those count as well. So yeah. Effie says, Oh, that's not for me. Oh, Kat says, gonna make coffee. Okay, yeah, never an hour. It's true. Right, Maria? You do travel with your mini, but you don't. Um, oh, wait. You say I agree. Travel with mini rectangular and daily with medium flap. So you wear your medium flap daily, but you travel with the medium with your mini rectangular. That's yeah, exactly. Like the medium classic flap is still a great bag, but I just don't know if it's a great travel bag. JJ says I have never bought from Fashion File. Do you have to pay international shipping taxes? The selling doesn't include all of these unknown costs. You probably don't live in USA, right, JJ? Yes, you do have to pay for shipping. If you're not in the USA, then shipping is not complimentary, and any taxes. So the taxes is not Fashion File that charges you; is your own country. So it's your own. It's not just your country; it's also your own region. Like here in Canada, we have 10. Is it 10? Oh my gosh, I forgot. 10 provinces and territories. Is it 10? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I forgot. But anyway, each province has their own tax rate. And in BC, we have 12% tax rate. Where I used to live in Quebec, it's 15%. So in addition to the sales tax, which is 12% where I live here now, there's duties, which is usually it really is between 15 to like 25. It's so high. So when you add up all the fees, because there's also shipping fee, and then there's maybe brokerage fee from the courier can charge you a fee for just having to invoice you that. So in the end, you end up paying so much more. Like if you calculate the percentage, it's like an extra 30 to 50% in addition to the cost of the bag. So yeah. It's hefty. So if you do not live in the States, even within the States, you have to pay taxes, right? But at least they don't have to pay duties and they don't have to pay shipping. And I think for them, return shipping is also free. Carmen says, do you use any leather conditioners? I don't use any conditioners. I don't treat any of my bags. I pretty much use them as is. And the only things that I would do is spot treat. Like if, for example, if I don't know, if a part of the canvas is dirty, then it's not even really treating it. I spot treat is just I spot clean. I don't treat it. I just use usually a microfiber cloth and water, and not like a lot of water, just like, just little by little, and try to get it off, even for leather, very gently. Maggie says, I hate the reselling process. Many things can go wrong. Yeah, no kidding. Thanks, Kat. Sharon says, is Bottega Veneta is increasing prices soon in Singapore. Retail stores are still closed, but demand for their products isn't as high as LV and Chanel. Thoughts? By the way, love the tweet 19. I regret passing on it. Oh, yeah, the 19 is in the tweet. It's so beautiful in the tweet. My thoughts? I mean, price increase always happens. So regardless of the brand, I'm kind of indifferent. I just like, you hear about price increases coming, and then sometimes it's just a rumor, sometimes it's true. Most of the time it's true, but like sometimes it doesn't happen everywhere at the same time. But it's just an eventuality. The thing is, we're in this community and we talk about it a lot, and I guess we sometimes complain about it, but the thing is, like, it just happens anyway. Like, luxury is not an essential, and even if it's an essential, essentials can still have inflation, right? But they don't inflate at the rate at what luxury does, because they can. They don't depend on like how should I say? Like, they have their own market, which is so different from like essentials. Like essentials, like everyone depends on it. There's regulation from the government probably that they cannot just hike up the price more than whatever percentage. I don't know, I'm just making this up, but I just can't imagine that happening. And also they get a lot of subsidies from governments. Like I know for a fact that like, you know, the dairy industry or even the meat industry, like they all have subsidies and government help for them to be able to offer their things at a affordable price because people need to eat. But luxury is not that. You don't need it. No one really needs it. But there is a huge market for it, and a lot of us, regardless, will starve maybe just to save for a bag. Like, I don't know. And that is just us. But like there is another market where they don't even blink an eye for buying, like, you know, buying 10 bags at the same time. They might buy it for their friends and they might buy it for their clients and as gifts and things like that. Like, and it's not just bags. They buy accessories, they buy ready to wear, they buy all kinds of things. They buy the useless, like, you know, I don't know, Chinas and things like that. They buy like a bunch of like, they can. And that market, the truly wealthy people, are pretty much their bread and butter. Like it's their market. And that's why increases will always happen. And it will affect them less even if people complain. Like the people that complain are just like the people who actually save for them, like us. But it doesn't affect them. Do you see what I mean? Like it affects them, but it doesn't. Do you see what I mean? In the end, they'll still do it. Because people get used to it. They just do. And you either stop buying it because you had enough, or you just accept it and you keep saving and you just save a little longer and you buy it. I think that's what it boils down to. It's either or, like in our positions, right? It's either or, really. Kat says, check the printing too. Made in France, etc. Sometimes the metal gold leaf is not pressed in properly. Oh, let me see. But does that matter to you? Doesn't matter to me. I guess unless it's like really off. But yeah, I guess the made in France, like the, oh, LV. Yeah, I've never had any problems with Chanel, but it's true for LV. Let's say like the stamping, maybe not the made in stamp. I don't really care about that as much, but I do care about like if it's the actual logo in front of a bag, like if it's meant to be like in front as a decoration or as part of like the whole look. So for example, here it says Louis Vuitton Paris and it has a stamp. If this is not stamped properly, then yeah, these are the kinds of things that I will look at. Totally right, Kat. But yeah, symmetry, same thing. Like is this cut off around the same part, like around the same on both flowers here? Like I know that this does not really align, like it doesn't have to align 100%, but like, is it off? Does it look really off-putting? Like, you know, like for fakes, for example, it can be totally off-putting. Like you look at the bottom, even if it's like, you know, at least the real thing, like the genuine items, they will make an effort to sort of align it in a way that looks cohesive, even if it's not a direct alignment. Does it make sense? Like on the bottom, when you look at it from like this piping point of view, and then this bottom part where the flowers are cut off, like this piping is right, like it doesn't look off-putting, basically, if that makes sense. You know, try your hardware, open the zippers, close it. Does it seem like it's stuck all the time? Yeah, sometimes I look at the hardware if it's really scratched, because I know LV is a real problem. It's so inconsistent. Sometimes their hardware is very scratched, even when it's brand new. And they literally just took it out of like a brand new stock, unless they're lying, but like I trust them. Let's say they just took it out and it still has and it's still scratched, like sometimes that can happen. So definitely ask for a new one or just pass on it. Sometimes they don't have a new one. Then I just pass. A lot of you guys have no idea how many times I passed on bags that are hard to get. And I had to wait for the next one. Sometimes it's after an increase, because they do increase enough times that like sometimes you have to wait so long that the price even increased. But then, you know, I wasn't happy with the one that they presented to me. So luckily this one was okay, even though it was made in USA. Like made in USA is not a big deal for me if it's a perfect one. But a lot of times I don't know why made in USA bags are usually the ones that don't look perfect for me. And I don't know if it's just my luck, but this one is fine. So that's a good point. Fashionable Lena says, my mother was a seamstress as well. I drive sales associate crazy when I'm flipping dresses to look at the hemlines, searching tags. I know, right? I look for tags, all kinds of things. I look at the fabric, what it is made of, what composition. Yeah, I do a lot of that too. I totally relate. Alhambra Mama says, you inspire me to hunt this tweed bag down. Did you get it? Did you get it? I'm so curious to know. Effie says, I hope one day YouTube enables hosted group live streams where we can have, for example, Amy with a big video screen, but mini video screens with one day for people who wants to who volunteer to join. I think one day it's a matter of technology, just getting to that. I think the technology is already there. It's just that it's YouTube is already such a great platform. Like YouTube is honestly such a great vehicle for content creators to offer their, I want to say content, but that's repeating the word, but you guys don't know what I mean. It's such a great platform already. And I don't know if any other platform is as powerful, and they're always improving. But it's true, like any changes that they make will require a lot of resources, and it's free for us, but they have to spend the money, right? So I guess that's the reason why they also have to include the ads, you know, even though it's an incentive for YouTubers to make a few dollars, but they take a big percentage of it. I don't know if you guys know that. That's how they make the money. But because they have to hire so many people to improve it all the time, to maintain it, and they're always always what is the word? Not renovating. What is the word? I have a brain fart right now. They're always what is the word? Anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought. They're always innovating. Oh my gosh, they're always innovating. So so that's why, like, it's such a great platform already as it is. So I think it's just a matter of time because the technology is there. I mean, just look at Zoom. It's just that, do you know there's so many people on YouTube? YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, following Google, and Google owns YouTube. So I think it's just a matter of time, but it's just that there's so many people using YouTube that it's probably a huge challenge for them to implement that. But it's probably coming, because before we could not even live stream like this as easily as this. Before you had to have, I don't know what you had to have, but I think before it was so hard to live stream, but now like live streaming is made so easy already that I think it's just a matter of time. Kat says, no more Wednesdays at the moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. I was like, girl, you're doing twice a week. And your live streams are long. They're not even just 2 hours. They're like sometimes 3 hours. Forever Princess. Oh my God, Amy, I thought you are from Singapore. I'm not. I visited Singapore, but I'm not from Singapore. I got that twice already. I don't know why you guys think that I look Singaporean or like I look um you know what? I used to get a lot of like I look like Korean or Japanese, but that's more like from people here. I don't know why. I even went into a shop, like like a little flower shop owned by a Korean lady, and she started talking to me in Korean, and I'm like, "Sorry, don't understand." She's like, "Really? You look so Korean." I'm like, "Okay, thank you." Because I get that a lot. I don't know why. I get that a lot. A lot of Koreans, a lot of I get a lot of I look like Korean, I look like Japanese, but more Korean, so more so Korean than Japanese. And then I got a few times that I look like I'm from Singapore already. Is there like a trade, like a not trade, like a face thing that makes you guys think that I look like it? Because I don't really know. Maybe you guys can let me know. Erica says, this may be a sensitive topic. Do you ever find embarrassed or shy to flaunt your expensive item? Are you afraid of how people may perceive you? Um, Not afraid. And I don't want to use the word flaunt to like necessarily, it's not really, you're just wearing your own bag. Here's the thing though, like you have to be like if you feel that way, and I totally get what you mean. Like I feel self-conscious sometimes, but this is more internal than you think. Like maybe people don't think that. Maybe they don't care. And maybe they do. Sometimes they might voice it out loud too. But it has a lot to do with how you think yourself. A lot of times what you think other people think is what really you're thinking. So maybe work on your own mindset instead, because if you're confident enough to rock your things, yeah, they're expensive and everything, but like you didn't steal it. You worked hard for it, right? I assume. And even if you got gifted, why is that a crime? There's nothing wrong with it. You got gifted it because someone appreciates you and they want to gift it to you. So like there's no shame in that. And there's absolutely no shame in working hard to get what you want. And everyone's values are different, right? Like you value your luxury goods and you value your fashion and you value how you style your items, and you're just like them because you appreciate the craftsmanship and the history, whatever the reason is. And those people don't have those people don't have to share the same value as you. They may also be spending a lot of money, but they spend it on food, or they spend it on cars, or they spend it on non-tangible things like experiences. So should you be judging them for spending so much money on, I don't know, running marathons and traveling over the world to run marathons? Or should you be judging them to like spend all their monies on a nice hotel room and a nice experience? No. You should not be judging them just as much as they should not be judging you. And of course, yeah, people do it, but you should be proud of yourself for working hard for getting what you want and achieving the goal. So there's no shame in it. So like I feel like this is more of an internal thing. Like you if you're not gonna let that perception affect you, like if you don't have that perception and if you're comfortable in your own skin, then it doesn't really matter what other people think, right? Because other people will always think. They always will. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. I know it's kind of deep, so sorry about that. But that's how I look at it. Like there will always be someone who is judging. There will always, even you are judging yourself sometimes. Honestly, we all do it. But you have to also remind yourself that What they think of you is really none of your business. It really isn't. Lily Zhang, do you know when it will be available in Canada or the US? What is? What are you asking? Did I miss something? What did you ask earlier? I forgot. Maybe let me know down below. I'm gonna keep going. Tamilo Lua, do you think I'll be able to get a mini pochette if I stalk the website? Absolutely. I've heard of many people who got it. Okay, maybe not many, but like I think, didn't Jerusha just get one? I think she got one. And she's the queen of like, you know, pouches. So I think she just got one, right? Like not like literally this month, but like she got it recently, I think. I think it's possible. And try asking your essay as well if possible. But if not, just keep stalking it. I think it's possible. Especially in the monogram. I know they do less of the other prints now, but especially monogram, I think it's possible. Eunice is asking if I'm using a special camera. I'm just using a webcam, and I always have that information linked in the description box. It's actually there already. It's right under the subscribe to my channel. Like there's my camera setup. It's all in there. It's just a Logitech C922. Okay, we're already at 9:40. Let's try to let I have to wrap it up. Like as in I have to speed up. Eunice says, does anyone know the difference between Chanel made in France versus Italy? Huh, that is a good question. I think they just, yeah, does anyone know? Kat says, I look like a Taiwanese superstar. See, you think I look Taiwanese. It's so funny. I just don't look Chinese. I look like everything else except Chinese. Thank you, babe. I don't know if I do, but I look so. It's funny because I don't look like my brothers. Okay, I don't look like my mom. I don't look like my dad, and I don't look like my brothers. We all look so different. It's very funny. Like we're totally mixed. Me and my brothers, we're all totally mixed, and even me and my brothers, we don't look alike at all. For the love of bags, what are your thoughts on Chanel Mini Incognito in so black? I like it. I know that a lot of people, once they saw it in person, that they were not as much of a fan. Only problem with that bag is, well, it's not really a problem, but I guess because it's a seasonal piece, it doesn't have a back pocket like the Mona Lisa. So that's number one. And number two, I think it was supposed to be a turn lock when they showed it at the runway, but in person, when they started selling it in boutique, it's just a magnetic closure. So I think a lot of people got turned off by that. And I think in the bag itself, like, let me try to show you, but it's not like, because if you look at an actual mini, the way it's made, it's just like, sorry, let me take out the organizer. It's just like the minis, they're just folded in, right? But the incognito, I think it's actually stitched in the middle. Like it's folded in and then it's stitched. I don't know if I like the stitch. I don't think I'm a fan of the stitch. So unless you're after, like, and unless you want that bag, because it does look like a square mini, it's quite cute actually. And it's also caviar. So unless you're after that bag specifically, then go for it, because it's still a great bag. Like I think it still looks great. But there was definitely a few things where people were not crazy about. I have not seen it in person, so I can't really be 100% sure that I don't like it or that I like it. I think from afar I like it. And I think if I was after like a square mini and that was the closest thing that I can get now, then I would probably get it, actually. Hi, Nina. No worries about it. Oh, wait, you said I'm on the late train, just arrived work tomorrow, so can't stay late, but to the person who asked about the mini pochette, yes, I bought the Escal mini pochette. Ah, yeah, good trick. Exactly. You just have to stock it. And it also has to do a lot to do with luck. Oh, Maria says that the So Black from Chanel hardware is subject to chipping. Oh, she sold hers. Oh, that's good to know. That's really good feedback. Erica says, "Thank you, Amy. That was helpful. I admit I get self-conscious about showing off expensive items." Yeah, a lot of times you're the one, you're your worst enemy. Like a lot of times you're the one who's overthinking it. Yeah. Ah, Estella says, "I got one using Amy's method, just stalking the website." Yeah, that's what you have to do. Jackie says, "Do you have the favorite purse? Do you have a favorite purse?" Definitely do, but it also depends on on what occasion I need it for. I think I already discussed that, didn't I? Like my favorite purses. Maybe that's a video that I need to make. Like my favorite purses for what occasion. That's the video I'm gonna make. I'm gonna have to remember to add that to my list to film. Never ending list to film. But I love it because I want to film things that you guys want to know. That's the whole point of this channel, I think. Just like what you guys want to know. And I also have to like feel like I'm capable of delivering decent content. I don't want to just film like anything, but like I definitely want to film. That's a good video idea. Lily Zhang, when do you get this reverse monogram double zip pochette? Oh, you mean like, oh, okay. Are you talking about the one that Jerusha just unboxed? So it's kind of like a pochette. It's like two pochette. It's like two pouches, zipper top, and then it has a detachable strap. That one, I have no idea when it's coming, babe, but usually once it's out in certain countries, it usually does not take that long to come into North America, I think. I can double check, but I don't know. You know what that bag reminds me a lot of? Which I already have? It's the Twice. It's not the exact same, but honestly, it's like the Twice is so much better, I feel. Because the Twice is bigger, like the pouches are bigger. One side is a flat pocket, which is much nicer. Like the envelope style just looks nicer. The back one is a zip pocket. Mind you, the strap is not detachable. I guess with this new pouch, you can use it as a clutch. And if you like monogram, it's an excellent one as well. But it reminds me so much of the Twice, don't you guys think? Carolina says, Amy, did you see the Chanel 19 clutch with chain? So cute, similar to your little cutie. They made it in tweed. Oh yes, I did see it. They made it in tweed and denim. You mean the round one, right? In this fabric? I saw it. Not like I didn't see it in person, but I saw it on Instagram several times actually. And I thought it was so cute. But I already have one, so I'm not gonna get another one. Because yeah, the round clutch with chain, you only need one because it's such a novelty item. You're not gonna end up using it a lot. But I'm just glad to have one. And also when you do use it, it's so darn cute. It's really cute. So if you don't have one, maybe you can consider that. And then you can get a little bit of the tweed in your collection as well. Nina says, for those in the US, try looking around lunchtime. Oh, that's a good tip. For the LV pochette, I purchased one myself. and one for my mom. Wow, on a second occasion. There you go. That's a great tip. Exactly. They don't always like it's such random times when they appear online. Wrong says, I got the Nano Speedy by stalking the LV website 3 months ago. Just keep refreshing the page and never give up. Good advice. Exactly. Just don't give up. If you want it that much, you just got to keep going at it. And I know that it might seem impossible, but you never know. Like, literally, like, when I first saw my, I don't know, I really believe in the laws of attraction. And I know that it's not really scientific or anything, but the moment I decided that I want the Moods Pochette, I I literally like started stalking and everything, and I couldn't believe how quickly I was able to like one day see the add to cart. Actually, I saw it a few times. I saw it like two more times before that, the add to cart button. But by the time I press on it, it already says sold out. So like I said, sometimes it already gets sold out in between the time you click on it and between the time you check out, like literally, you know, confirm sale type of thing. So by the third time I saw it, I acted so fast. Like, you don't think, you just act fast. Check out. And if it's confirmed, then it's yours. It can happen. Nina says, I'm wondering which Chanel is best for everyday use. Maxi? Is the Maxi too big? Classic flap? Is that what you mean? Or the Chanel 19? It's so subjective again. I don't know how to answer these types of questions sometimes, because like what is too big for you is could be just so different for me, because like yeah, like for the Chanel 19, I really like the small size that I have. I also do really like the medium size, but I tried the medium size in a tweed. It was actually a pink tweed because that's all they had at the time. And I did not like it on me. And also, I felt like I guess the first iterations of the 19 bag, the chain on the medium was extremely long. Kat just recently tried the medium size again, and she found out that it's a lot shorter and it's so much better. Actually, it actually looks great on her. Not the color that she wanted, but like it appears that they have changed a few things already. So it's hard to tell, because where am I going for? Where am I going with this? Basically, I'm just trying to say I probably wouldn't go further like or bigger than like a Chanel 19 medium size, basically, for myself, because that would be borderline too big already. But it could be so different for you. I cannot really tell you whether the Maxi is too big for you or not. It's just your comfort level, really. Maria says bags plus occasion would be awesome, plus outfit. Actually, I already planned, haven't filmed, but I was already planning in my head a series. Another series for you guys to look forward to, which is just yeah, it's just like the different outfit styles to style my I guess my most asked bags, like the bags that I get asked the most questions about constantly. I was planning on doing like a series on that. So it's gonna be coming. I haven't filmed it yet, but I was planning it in my head already. Yeah, Bianca, exactly. That's what I was planning in my head. Um, Miss G, Twice, and Celine. Exactly. It looks so similar to that bag, the new pouch bag. Effie says, I'm turning in for the night. Oh, good night. Thank you. And have a wonderful weekend. And the rest of Amy's fan. Oh, thank you so much. Have a good night, you two, babe. Thank you so much for joining us. Nina says, same, rewatching this from the beginning and catching up on videos. Oh, that is great. Thank you so much. I love it when you guys watch the whole video. And plus, I am trying to make my content more concise because I saw, honestly, when Kat was saying, like, are you gonna make a reaction video to like my earlier videos? I'm like, I mean, I could, but like my reaction would be like, I would literally be like, I can't even watch it because I can't even rewatch my own videos from like the beginning because I go on and on and on. And it's a normal thing because no one is a perfect speakers the first time. I really don't think anybody is good at what they do the first time. Nobody is like that. It comes with practice. Obviously, some people have way more like, you know, some people are more skilled at talking and at being entertaining already, maybe because their job is like that or their personality is like that, but it doesn't come naturally to me, trust me. So yeah, it's not a challenge, but I needed the practice. So my earlier videos, like from 4 years ago, oh, so long, and I can't rewatch it myself. Like I rewatch it, but like I can't. It just shrug. Carolina, it's true. The chain on the Chanel 19 large is shorter now. Okay. Good that there's a second person confirming that. And it fits so nicely on the shoulder and crossbody. Just got the large in denim. Right. I saw your large, your denim. Such a beautiful bag. Denim bags are making such a good comeback. Do I want one? I do, but will I get one? Probably not. I should not. I should really, really focus on my main, like the main things that are missing right now. The main three is Classic Flap, Lady Dior, Hermes Birkin. And then whatever else comes along, because, you know, there's always new releases. That's what I keep saying too. Like sometimes you gotta just, if you can't get a bag and you, let's say it's sold out or it's really hard to get a hold of, you can either wait or you could either pay extra like personal shopping to get it. So sometimes you just gotta wait if you don't want to go the, you know, the more expensive route. Thank you, Maria. You know what, guys? It's already 9:57, so let's wrap this up. Thank you so much again for joining. Again, like for those of you who don't know, this is a weekly live Q&A that I do every week. So it's same time basically, every Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. Of course, it's supposed to be an hour, but we always go over. Hopefully in the future, we get a few minutes better every time, like 1% better every time. Then we might shrink it to like an hour and a half one day or something. I don't know. But thank you so much for joining. Tomorrow, thank you, Maria. You are so like, you guys are so kind, and thank you so much, Maria. I really appreciate you and all of you also, not just because of the super chat, but of course I appreciate it so much. Tomorrow is Kat's live stream. Hers is 2 hours earlier, so set your reminders because I'm gonna be there. But thank you so much for joining me. Have a great night or more day. I think a lot of you are like in the morning, so just have a great day, have a great weekend, and talk to you again very soon. Bye.